Hey everyone, what's going on? So, you're in the market for a reliable, affordable sedan, and the Honda Civic keeps popping up on your radar, right? I mean, who can blame you? The Civic has been America's sweetheart for decades. Great gas mileage, solid reputation, and let's be honest, they're everywhere, which usually means parts are cheap and mechanics know them inside and out. But here's the thing nobody's really talking about when you're browsing those 2018 to 2020 Honda Civics on Facebook Marketplace or at your local dealership. There's a problem lurking under the hood that could cost you around $6,000 to fix. Yeah, you heard that right. $6,000, and it's not some rare defect that only affects a handful of cars. Hey, we're talking about a widespread issue that's hit thousands of Civic owners, and chances are the person selling you that car might not even mention it. Now, before you click away, thinking this is just another clickbait scare tactic, stick with me. I'm going to break down exactly what this problem is, why it happens, which models are affected, what warning signs to look for, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself whether you're buying or already own one of these Civics. This isn't about trashing Honda, it's about making sure you go into this purchase with your eyes wide open. Because knowledge is power, and in this case, it might just save you thousands of dollars. So let's dive in. Issue 1. The infamous engine dilution problem. All right, let's get straight to the heart of the matter, the engine oil dilution issue. This is the big one, and it primarily affects the 1.5-liter turbocharged engines that came in many 2018 to 2020 Honda Civics, especially the EX, EXL, and Touring trims. Here's what's happening. Under certain conditions, gasoline is leaking past the piston rings and mixing with your engine oil. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so what? A little gas in the oil can't be that bad, right? Wrong. When gasoline dilutes your engine oil, it reduces the oil's ability to lubricate and protect your engine components. Over time, this can lead to increased wear, potential engine damage, and, in the worst cases, complete engine failure. The kicker? This issue is most pronounced in cold weather climates. If you live somewhere where temperatures regularly drop below freezing and you're making a lot of short trips where the engine doesn't fully warm up, you're at higher risk. The fuel doesn't evaporate properly, it accumulates in the oil, and before you know it, your oil level is actually rising instead of falling, which sounds good until you realize it's because it's being contaminated with gasoline. Honda initially tried to downplay this, claiming it was normal for these engines under certain conditions, but after thousands of complaints and even some lawsuits, they finally issued a warranty extension and software updates for affected vehicles. The problem is, not everyone knows about this extension, and it doesn't cover every single case, especially if you're past certain mileage thresholds or if the damage has already been done. Issue 2, the CVT transmission concerns. Moving on from the engine, let's talk about what's connected to it. The continuously variable transmission, or CVT. Now, Honda's CVTs in this generation have been let's just say controversial. CVT transmissions are designed to provide smooth acceleration and better fuel economy by using a belt and pulley system instead of traditional gears. Sounds great on paper, right? The reality for many 2018-2020 Civic owners has been a bit different. Common complaints include shuddering or jerking during acceleration, hesitation when you step on the gas, and in some cases, complete transmission failure. Here's the expensive part. Replacing or rebuilding a CVT transmission isn't cheap. We're talking anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, depending on where you go and whether you're using OEM parts. Some owners have reported transmission issues as early as 30,000 to 50,000 miles, which is way too soon for a Honda, a brand that built its reputation on reliability. Honda did extend the warranty on some CVT components to 10 years or 100,000 miles for certain model years. But again, you need to know about it and make sure your specific vehicle qualifies. If you're buying used and the car already has high mileage or the original warranty has expired, you could be looking at a massive repair bill with no help from the manufacturer. Issue 3, air conditioning system failures. Let's switch gears and talk about something that might seem less critical, but is absolutely miserable if you live in a hot climate, the air conditioning system. Multiple 2018-2020 Civic owners have reported premature AC compressor failures and condenser issues. The AC compressor is what pressurizes the refrigerant and keeps your cabin cool. When it fails, you're looking at a repair bill between $800 and $2,500, sometimes more depending on labor rates in your area. What's frustrating is that these failures are happening at relatively low mileage. We're talking 40,000 to 60,000 miles in many cases. Some owners have traced the problem to a defective AC condenser that's positioned right behind the front grille, making it vulnerable to road debris. A small stone chip can puncture it, leading to refrigerant leaks and eventual compressor failure because the system is running without proper lubrication. Honda hasn't issued a widespread recall for this, so if your AC goes out, you're likely paying out of pocket unless you have an extended warranty. Issue 4, infotainment system glitches. Now, let's talk about something that won't leave you stranded on the side of the road, but will absolutely drive you crazy: the infotainment system. The 2018-2020 Civics came with Honda's 7th generation infotainment system, and it's been plagued with issues. Common problems include the touchscreen freezing or becoming unresponsive, Bluetooth connectivity dropping, randomly Apple CarPlay and Android Auto failing to connect, and the system randomly rebooting while you're driving. Some owners have reported that the backup camera either doesn't display or shows a distorted image, which is obviously a safety concern. Honda has released multiple software updates to try and address these issues, but many owners report that the problems persist even after updates. While this might not cost you $6,000 on its own, a replacement infotainment unit can run you $1,000 to $500, and let's be real. Who wants to deal with a car that feels like it's stuck in 2008 when you're trying to use basic modern features? Issue 5, fuel injector problems. Here's another engine-related issue that ties back to that 1.5-liter turbo: fuel injector problems. Several owners have experienced failed fuel injectors, which can cause rough idling, misfires, decreased fuel economy, and that dreaded check engine light. Fuel injectors are responsible for spraying the precise amount of fuel into your engine's combustion chamber. When they fail or get clogged, your engine can't run efficiently. Replacing a single fuel injector might cost you $200 to $400, but if multiple injectors need replacing, and the labor involved in accessing them on these engines isn't trivial, you could be looking at a repair bill north of $1,000. What's particularly concerning is that some of the fuel injector issues seem to be related to the oil dilution problem we talked about earlier. It's like a domino effect. One problem leads to another, and before you know it, you're dealing with multiple expensive repairs on what's supposed to be a reliable economy car. Issue 6, premature brake wear. Let's talk about stopping power. Multiple 2018-2020 Civic owners have complained about premature brake wear, particularly with the rear brakes. We're talking brake pads wearing down in 15,000 to 25,000 miles, which is way faster than normal. Some of this has been attributed to the brake design and the fact that these Civics tend to use the rear brakes more aggressively than you'd expect. There have also been reports of warped rotors causing vibration when braking, which requires rotor resurfacing or replacement. While brake jobs aren't as expensive as engine or transmission work, they're still a recurring cost that adds up. A complete brake job, pads and rotors on all 4 corners, can run you $600 to $1,000 depending on whether you go to a dealer or independent shop. And if you're experiencing this issue every 20,000 miles instead of every 60,000 miles, like you should be, that's a significant ongoing expense. Issue 7, paint and body quality issues. Here's something that affects the car's appearance and long-term value: paint quality problems. Numerous owners of 2018-2020 Civics have reported premature paint chipping, particularly on the hood and front bumper. The clear coat on some models also seems to peel or fade prematurely, especially on certain colors. Honda's paint has traditionally been pretty good, so this has been disappointing for many owners. Paint work is expensive. A quality repaint on a hood can cost $500 to $800, and a full front-end respray can run you $2,500 or more. Beyond just aesthetics, poor paint quality can lead to rust issues down the line, especially in areas where they use road salt in winter. Once rust starts, it's incredibly difficult and expensive to stop. While this might not hit you immediately, it's definitely something to inspect carefully if you're looking at a used 2018-2020 Civic, especially if it's been in a harsh climate. Warning sign 1, rising oil level. Now that we've covered the major issues, let's talk about warning signs you need to watch for, whether you're considering buying one of these Civics or already own one. First and foremost, check your oil level regularly, and I mean at least once a month. If you notice your oil level rising instead of falling between oil changes, that's a massive red flag for the oil dilution problem. Pull the dipstick, smell the oil, If it smells like gasoline, you've got fuel mixing with your oil. Don't ignore this. If you catch it early, a software update from Honda and more frequent oil changes might be enough to manage the problem. If you ignore it, you're looking at potential engine damage that could cost thousands to repair. And if you're buying a used Civic, insist on checking the oil before you hand over any money. Warning, sign 2, transmission behavior. Pay close attention to how the transmission behaves during a test drive. Accelerate from a stop. Does it hesitate or jerk? Get up to highway speed and then pass someone. Does it respond smoothly, or does it feel like the transmission is hunting for the right gear ratio? CVT transmissions should be almost imperceptibly smooth. If you're feeling shuddering, jerking, or hesitation, that's not normal, and it could indicate a transmission that's on its way out. Also, check the transmission fluid if possible. It should be bright red or pink and smell slightly sweet. If it's dark brown or smells burnt, walk away. That transmission is toast. Warning, sign 3, check engine light or warning messages. This might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people buy a car with an active check engine light, thinking it's just a sensor or probably nothing serious. With these Civics, a check engine light can indicate any number of the problems we've discussed. Oil dilution, fuel injector issues, emission system problems, you name it. If the seller has cleared the code right before showing you the car, it'll come back. Ask for the vehicle history report and see if there are records of repeated repairs for the same issue. And if you're serious about buying the car, spend the $100 or so to have a trusted mechanic inspect it with a proper diagnostic scan. That $100 could save you $6,000 down the line. Warning, sign 4, unusual noises. Listen carefully when the car is running. Any. Ticking, knocking, or rattling from the engine bay could indicate valve train issues, timing chain problems, or bearing wear, all of which can be expensive to fix. Also pay attention to any whining or grinding noises from the transmission area. CVTs make a slightly different sound than traditional automatics, kind of a humming or droning noise, but it should be consistent and not change tone randomly. Any grinding, clunking, or sharp whining noises are bad news. Don't let the radio or the salesperson's constant talking distract you during a test drive. Roll down the windows, turn off the stereo, and really listen to what the car is telling you. Protection strategy. 1, extended warranty consideration. All right, so you've decided you still want a 2018-2020 Civic despite everything we've talked about. I get it. When these cars are running right, they're actually pretty great. So how do you protect yourself? First, seriously consider an extended warranty, especially if you're buying used and the original factory warranty has expired or is about to. Yes, extended warranties cost money up front, usually $2,500 to $3,000 depending on coverage. But given the potential for expensive repairs we've discussed, it might be worth it. Read the fine print carefully. Make sure the warranty covers the engine, transmission, and major electrical components. Some warranties have exclusions or deductibles that make them less valuable than they initially appear. And buy from a reputable company. There are a lot of shady extended warranty providers out there who will take your money and then fight you on every claim. Protection strategy. 2, maintenance documentation. Whether you're buying or already own one of these Civics, documentation is your best friend. If you're buying used, ask for complete maintenance records. You want to see regular oil changes, any warranty work that's been done, and any repairs related to the issues we've discussed. If the seller can't provide maintenance records, that's a red flag. Either they haven't been maintaining the car properly, or they're hiding something. Walk away and find another car. If you already own one of these Civics, keep meticulous records of everything. Every oil change, every repair, every time you've had to bring it in for a checkup. If you end up needing to make a warranty claim, or if you encounter one of these widespread issues, having documentation will strengthen your case. Protection strategy. 3, proactive maintenance. For the oil dilution issue specifically, consider changing your oil more frequently than the manual suggests, especially if you live in a cold climate or make a lot of short trips. Instead of following the maintenance minder system that might stretch oil changes to 7,000 or 10,000 miles, consider doing them every 5,000 miles or even every 3,000 miles if you're in a high-risk situation. Yes, this costs more in the short term, but it's way cheaper than replacing an engine. Fresh oil will help dilute any gasoline contamination and keep your engine cleaner. Also, make sure you're letting the engine fully warm up when possible. Longer highway drives help burn off any fuel that's accumulated in the oil. For the transmission, make sure you're following the recommended transmission fluid change intervals. Some people say CVT fluid is lifetime, but in reality, changing it every 30,000 to 60,000 miles can significantly extend the life of your transmission. Protection strategy. Number 4, know your rights. Honda has issued warranty extensions and technical service bulletins for several of the issues we've discussed, but they don't always proactively notify owners. It's your responsibility to stay informed. Check Honda's website for recalls and warranty extensions that apply to your specific VIN. Join owner forums and Facebook groups for your model year. These communities are great for staying updated on common issues and solutions. If Honda issues a recall or warranty extension, you have rights as a consumer, but only if you know about them and take action. If you believe your car has a defect that Honda isn't properly addressing, document everything and consider reaching out to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, to file a complaint. When enough people report the same issue, it can lead to investigations and recalls that benefit everyone. So there you have it, the $6,000 problem, or really problems, that nobody mentions when you're shopping for a 2018-2020 Honda Civic. Look, I'm not saying you should automatically cross these cars off your list. When they're running well, they're efficient, practical, and honestly still pretty reliable compared to a lot of other options in this price range. But you need to go into this purchase informed. Don't let a good deal blind you to potential problems. Ask the right questions, get a pre-purchase inspection, check for warranty extensions that might still apply, and most importantly, trust your gut. If something feels off about a particular car, walk away. There are plenty of other Civics out there, and there are plenty of other reliable sedans in this segment. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you own a 2018-2020 Honda Civic? Have you experienced any of these issues we talked about today? Or maybe you've had a completely trouble-free experience and I'm just fear-mongering? Drop a comment below and share your story. Your experience could really help someone else in this community make a better decision, and honestly, we learn just as much from each other as we do from these videos. And hey, if you found this information valuable, do me a favor, smash that like button. It really does help the algorithm show this video to more people who might be considering one of these Civics. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos where we dive deep into car problems that dealers don't want you to know about. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay informed, stay safe out there, and remember, a little research now can save you a whole lot of money later. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.